Hey folks, Duke CT here back once again this Saturday evening, and today we finally found out who is the 2011 Gooker, the WrestleCraps Gooker of 2011. And the award goes to Michael Cole. Now, I know some, and the link is in the description, by the way, and I know some of you are probably thinking like, oh man, it's stupid. Why Jeff Hardy and Sting, Victory Road, that's a no-brainer. That's Gooker and everything else. And I agree with you. In fact, I voted for that. And we all know what happened. I mean, the dude basically, Jeff Hardy not only came in late, he came in 2 hours late to the pay-per-view. Came there basically stoned off his ass. They couldn't find him until the main event. And when he did, he was basically too stoned or what have you, could not compete. And they had to basically change the matchup on the fly. And honestly, it was just a very bad situation. A very, very, just a very bad situation for TNA and such. And I see a lot of people who really just lost faith in the company because of that. And it's gotten a bit better. I mean, not because more of the UK shows and everything else. In the new direction they're going with the James Storm and Bobby Roode and everything else. It looks like a really positive direction. And, in TNA, the X Division and Zima Ion. Of course, there's some great spots, the tag division and the knockouts. Sorry, because, there are like so many former divas in the main event scene. It's not even funny. But anyway, there's some things wrong. I mean, Robbie E is your TV champion. He hasn't defended the belt in so long. And honestly, I don't think they even care about the TV title, which is a shame because I think that's actually could be a really good belt for, say, someone like Bully Ray to have. Someone like that, because I think he would be a really good champion. And another bright spot, Bully Ray. Dude is just awesome as a heel, really. But yeah, I was a bit disappointed that the 2011 Gooker did not go to Sting and Jeff Hardy. But honestly, when you really think about it, I think Michael Cole really did deserve it. I mean, all the crap that Michael had to win 2011. I mean, the whole Miz stuff, the Mizgasms, the horrible feud with Jerry the King Lawler that continued, and everything continued all the way up to Over the Limit, which honestly to me, the match that happened at Over the Limit should have happened at WrestleMania. Would have been a lot more easier instead of actually having, Michael Cole, doing all this stuff, doing all that, coming to the ring with with bubble wrap and everything else. That would have, been a lot better. But, when you look at this, there's so much stuff. For example, and the whole GM, the anonymous Raw general manager, everybody thought they were going to do something big with it, but, they dropped it. And another thing, which really brings me back, is the whole exploitation of Michael Cole using Jerry Lawler's dead mom, which I think honestly, R.D. Reynolds said it best right here, and look at the link and everything else. He says this. He says, it took Cole and the WWE exploitation machine all of 8 days to try to turn it into a storyline. Look, I don't care if Lawler was okay with it. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. Truth be told, we'll likely never know the truth because Lawler would likely never show his hand either way, especially not in a way that could jeopardize his employment. My point here is simple. Did we really need Lawler's deceased mother brought into this? What purpose did it serve other than to give the whole scenario a completely tasteless feel? If you ever wondered why no one in the real world has any respect for this company, that right there would give you a pretty good idea. And I agree with that. I felt that look. I really did not like that, and especially another thing during the whole thing, the whole Lawler storyline was they actually brought up Brian Christopher doing that stupid. I mean, who told him to do that stupid too cool dance and such? I mean, seriously, it looked really terrible. And him insulting the divas really pissed me off, and everything else. Um, and here's another good quote from him about Michael Cole basically interrupting women's matches. He says, "Oh, and to the sliver of folks out there who have said that Cole was just doing his job throughout all of this, just being a heel, and therefore should not have been even nominated for the Gooker, yet alone won it. A moment if you time, a moment of your time, if I may. The point of an announcer in wrestling is to promote the show, to make you want to see whatever it is you are watching. If you are out there saying that the women are awful, even if they are, what you are really saying to the folks at home, look at this stupid junk you're watching. Don't you have anything better to do? That's the job of goof. That's the job of a goof on. That's the job of a goof on a website like me. I can't say. That's the job of a goof on a website like me. But yeah, and myself, that kind of basic people on YouTube and everything else, you mock the divas and everything like that. You know, that's their job. It's not. And I want to continue on. It's not the job of the number one announcer in the number one wrestling promotion in the world. A guy who 2 minutes later is trying to convince you to spend money on whatever worthless C-level pay-per-view they are trying to sell you this Sunday. Which is true. I mean, Cole has done all this other stuff. And we look continuing all this other stuff. And the reason why this stuff is continuing is, and he brings up another point about burying the roster, which I totally agree with. He not only buried Kelly, who a lot of people don't like, and I thought she's actually getting better. She's okay, but she is the number one diva of the company. You have to toe the company line. She is there, and everything else with Daniel Bryan, which continues to this day. What is the deal with the WWE still having this whole feud with Daniel Bryan and Michael Cole? What's the point of this? He calls a geek, a nerd, lazy. I'm like, seriously. What's the point of this whole negative bashing of Michael Cole? I got it when he was a face, but now as a heel, he's burying him as a heel. I don't get it. I truly don't. It just really puts me in this whole, just confuses me. And I guarantee you it confuses a lot of other people out there, saying that, not only people who watches and stuff like myself and mostly most of y'all, but what about the casuals guys? Like, why is this guy getting bashed in protocol when he's supposed to be hated? Like, they're like, huh? Why is he hating him? I thought he liked Tails. He's a bad guy now. Why is he hating on him? It's confusing to a lot of people, and if not, it's more annoying too. And honestly, with Michael Cole, I honestly think they're trying really hard to make him like Bobby Heenan. But here's the thing: Bobby Heenan actually had class and actually gave people their props when they deserved it. Michael Cole doesn't do that. He doesn't give them props. I mean, when he does, he gives them, barely minimal like props. Like, yeah, I get it. That. You gotta like, yeah, that. But yet his loud comments, everything else, it gets so, he drowns all that positive stuff out with his negativity. His negative stuff he goes all over the place with his negativity. The people like Daniel Bryan, the divas, and everything else. And it's really sad that when he does this, it just really puts a damper not only on the wrestler but the entire product as well. You can't have you can't have guys like Michael Cole bury your talent like that. Have people just hear it over and over, and you wonder why people aren't really going at. Because I guarantee you, people, as much more people like Michael Cole doing those crazy heel rantings and such, there's like I guarantee there's a lot more people who like myself who basically shut the TV off, go out like play a video game, or change the channel entirely. Say, you know what, I can't take this. I'm muting this. I'm gonna stop listening to all this that whole Michael Cole craziness. It just gets to the point that you just don't want to listen to him, and all this other stuff. Like I love the stuff he points out is the dance contest with Victor Guerrero, where he dressed up and became Hunter Hearst Helmsley, when he actually put a bag on his head when all this other stuff. Put a bag on his head while announcing, which just looked so stupid. And how about when Jerry Lawler having anal bleeding? How's that? That was just fun. And then the whole JR rap battle, him and JR rap battle, which was so bad, so horrible. Jim Ross actually went on Twitter and said, basically apologized for it. When you look at this stuff right now, and I look at the whole picture, maybe, just maybe, Michael Cole really did deserve this. In fact, I want to take this step further. Michael Cole doesn't deserve it. He just, what the Gooker really belongs to is the bookers who did this. The bookers and the writers. The guys who write this stuff up. People like Vince McMahon, that guy should deserve the Gooker for Michael Cole. Because he's the one telling him in the end to become more annoying, more, bash Daniel Bryan more, and bash this guy and everything else. Trying really hard to make the next, Bobby Heenan and everything else. But instead they got Mark Madden, who just, it's really sad. Because Michael Cole was the wrestling geek and nerd. And a lot of people didn't like, I liked him when he was. I liked him when him and Taz and everything else going back and forth. I liked that. I liked when Michael Cole was just really reserved and quiet and everything else. But now it's just so over the top that I can't understand. I just can't take it anymore. People want to complain about Booker T and his ramblings. And believe me, I have that same problem. People, I guarantee you most of y'all don't understand me right now. But at least when not me, but when you hear Booker T, you see the enthusiasm. He's really excited. He actually likes to be there, and he brings people props and everything else. He props and all this type of stuff. He actually saying that he's touring the company. He's doing the things that make you want to watch the television show, which is a lot of things personally. And that's what I think the announcers should be: people who hype the product. People who say, they that sort of thing. That's the real problem with Michael Cole and the people who write for him is that he doesn't have that. They just keep missing the boat. Just like they just hammer it over and over again, like he's a heel, he's a bad. You don't need to do that. You do not need to do that. You can't do that because you can't. That's the problem with WWE in general, is that they need to pound this crap in every 5 minutes. Got pound, all this stupid crap in just to say he's a bad guy and a good guy over and over and over again, where there's little to no subtlety at all, which is a shame because because when Michael Cole is subdued and brought back like in a heel, what have you, he's actually pretty tolerable, if not really good. When he has Josh Matthews and such. When he's restrained. That's when I think Michael Cole, more restraint on him. That's when he actually can shine and such, which sadly the WWE doesn't have. They just basically just go off the reputation and just have him just go, divas suck, all this other crap sucks, everything. And honestly, I may be disappointed, but you know what? I fully 100% agree that, Michael Cole really does deserve the Gooker Award. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I gotta say here. Duke CT here. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all Later.